Hello, welcome to another Premier League predictions podcast. Today I am no longer by myself. I am here with Chris. Hello, Chris.
Good evening, sir. How do?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Welcome back to the
Yes,
podcast.
thank you.
Um, Hopefully I got this right because it was a bit of a mess in the last one with getting multiple text messages and trying to put it in the right place in a
Yeah,
different order. So we'll go through the results first as per. Um,
shoot.
right, Chelsea and Liverpool. Draw. Darren picked that just because he didn't want to pick a Chelsea win. So good job.
No.
We won't talk about how depressing that game was.
Yeah.
Brighton against Wolves was a very comfortable home win. Fulham Bournemouth. I didn't watch it, but my God, 2 red cards and an away
All
win.
kicked off.
Sunderland Man United. Probably not thinking a draw here, except Darren, who didn't
No.
want to pick Sunderland. Man City Brentford. Oh, it was looking so good for about 50 minutes, and and then it didn't look good.
And
So Darren wins it.
Jesus Christ, he's onto a fly this week.
Right, Burnley Villa. We have our first 2-2 draw, which was Chris.
Hey.
You did pick it, to be fair, but it was against Burnley, so I feel like this is one I should have got right, and I don't know if Burnley overdid it or Villa underdid it, and I suspect it's the latter. But well done, Chris. Our next 2-2 draw. Much more even in for a draw. Yeah.
Yes.
I was given this as well. I would have been tempted to take a draw if I had a pick on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Forest Newcastle is not 2-2, but it is 1-1. Sunday was a game of draws.
It was.
And then obviously Arsenal won, although there was a slightly contentious decision, but let's be honest, it was a foul. And if you didn't think it was a foul, it's because you don't.
This is the thing with VAR, isn't it? Just to add a bit of context to this, it's just highlighting everything else to go with it rather than just
There's two
that
sets of
happened.
biases with this decision, right? Because if you want Spurs to go down, you think it was a wrong decision and that it was never a foul. And want, if you don't want Arsenal to win the league, you also think it was a foul. But if your team was in that position, it's a foul because he's got his arm over him, holding him down. So, sorry, West Ham fans,
He is.
it's a foul.
But because there's 5,000 other cameras, it picks up every other foul as well.
Well, that is true. What we always ask for is consistency. So I'm more than happy for that to be a foul, as long as the next time Arsenal are grappling and fighting in the area,
Like
it's
every
also
other game.
absolutely it's also called out as a foul. So look, it was the right decision. They just need to keep getting the right decision, which sounds a little bit stupid to say out loud, but that's essentially what it is. Right, and then a game which was even more contentious, in my opinion, than the Arsenal game. I don't think overhead kicks should be fouls because, by the very nature of an overhead kick, you have a high foot. And I'm also not sure he caught the player because where the boot looks like it caught him is in like the mouth nose area. And the player went down holding the top of his head. So, questionable. And then there was a penalty call at the end in the 90 plus 13th minute.
100 and whatever minute it was.
What was your thought on the overhead kick? Did you see it?
The penalty, sorry, at the
No,
end.
no, the overhead kick for the Leeds penalty. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, don't know. I think that's one of those. Some refs will give them, some they won't, and that's where that grey area kicks in.
This is what I said at work today. I categorically believe it was not a foul in any way, shape, or form. Right? It's an overhead kick. It's impossible to do an overhead kick and keep your foot knee height. It's impossible. But I will accept that if the referee had given it, fine. Even if I disagree. However, VAR had no right getting involved with that decision because it wasn't a clear and obvious error. It wasn't a howler. It wasn't an awful decision. It was an overhead kick clearance, which we've seen a million times. Anyway,
Yeah.
who picked a draw? I was given a draw. You know what? I thought this was going to be awful for me, and I've ended up getting 4. 4,
4,
4,
not
2.
bad.
Oh, Chris, we're catching up with you.
Let's go.
Oh, that looks really nice. Let me just
I mean, that'll.
that'll put me in good stead. Right, let's move to this week where it's really weird because we've got Friday night football. Yeah. And then we've got Sunday football. No, wait. Sunday football. And then we've got Monday football. And then we've got Tuesday football, I think. So it's a bit weird. But anyway, we need
The wheel.
the wheel. First this week is Darren. That is going to make his decisions easier. I have got Darren's predictions already, but he sent me first choice and second choice of every fixture.
Okay.
And then it's Chris.
Me.
So we'll go Darren,
D.
Chris,
C.
Jamie,
J.
DCJ. Right. So the first game of this week is Villa against Liverpool, which is sort of a big game, but is it a big game of nothing? In reality, I know both of these teams can drop out of the top 5/6, but
a little.
But will it? Will they? I'm not sure the other teams catching. They've left it a little too late, I think. If Liverpool play like they did for the first 10-15 minutes against Chelsea, they'll smash it. Hopefully Wirtz will be back after his bout of illness. If Liverpool play like they did for sort of the middle 70 minutes, they're going to get absolutely demolished. So I'm not sure which Liverpool team turns up, but Darren did go for a Liverpool win, which I'm not surprised. Chris, what would you like?
Oh. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I've lost you.
Please do not swear, you are still on the podcast.
I got you back.
Yeah. Thank you for not swearing.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Could you hear me?
I could hear you fine, yeah. Okay, mate, you've got a draw or Villa win. What would you like?
What do I think it'll be? I'll take the draw. I'm set on the fence on this one a bit. I don't think either team's playing fantastically well, sort of drooping towards the end of the season. So
Agreed. And yeah, a Villa win. I can see that happening. As I said, that Liverpool was so bad for such a big. It takes quite the team to make this Chelsea team look good. And Liverpool managed to do that. We managed to make Chelsea look good, which I think tells you all you need to know about how bad Liverpool were. Anyway, let's move on before I cry. Man United versus Forest. Chris, where would you like to go?
I'm going to get back on my Forest hate train. United win, please.
I don't think that's too out of this order, though, is it? Because Man United near the top, Forest near the bottom.
They're sort of chilling now, isn't they? Towards the end of the season. Yeah.
Chris the Dalek is in his lorry on the M25 or just off the M25.
Getting better.
You're a bit Dalek-y, mate, a bit robotic, but as long as I can understand you, that's all that matters. I, for this game, will take the draw because I don't want Forest to survive, even though if it's not already guaranteed, it pretty much is because they keep winning, which is frustrating. Is it sorted? They are 7 points clear, 6 remaining. Yep, they are safe. So
yeah,
sucks to be me, but I'm still not picking Forest. We'll go for a draw. I don't think Man United have been particularly wonderful either recently. I mean, they drew their last game. It was odd against Liverpool. They were by far the better team, but then gifted the 2 goals and sort of snatched it at the end, which was a deserved win for them, but it's just still a bit odd. Right, my pick: Brentford versus Palace. Oh, we've got a Brentford team genuinely fighting for Europe and a Palace team that could be. This is tough.
Eggs in the thingy basket.
Yeah, but they've got a couple of weeks now. Yeah, they've made it to the final now, and they're going to be favourites for it.
The players on the other foot, they might be playing for a place to play. Maybe
100%, 100%. I'm still going for Brentford. I rate Brentford highly. I've said it for a few weeks now, but Keith Andrews comfortably deserves manager of the season. He won't get it because he's not going to win the Premier League. And that is the absolute nonsense that goes with the Premier League, that you're only the best manager of the season if you've won it, which I get it, right? There's some logic there. You've won it, so you must be the best. But
a bit
the
like the Ballon d'Or, mate.
expectation, 100%. It's a bit like the expectation when we thought Brentford were going to be literally 20th and they're fighting for Europe and could end up with a Champions League position. Mental. Darren's second choice for this, his first choice was Brentford. His second choice is Palace. So Darren is having all of the away wins at the minute.
That went well for him last time.
And Chris, it's kind of similar to the Liverpool Villa game. This just feels like quite a balanced game. You've got two teams in roughly the same area fighting for roughly the same space, roughly in the same sort of form. So a draw's just as possible, right?
Yep, agreed.
Everton, Sunderland. Are these also quite even, or no? Probably not. Everton are probably they're slightly above, aren't they? And no matter what happens now, Sunderland have overachieved.
Yeah.
So, right, who we got? Darren at first. Darren is going for a Sunderland away win.
Wow.
That is.
Where's he doing that from?
I think that's ambitious, mate. I'll be honest, Daz. When you watch this back, I want you to know that I think that's ambitious. So, good luck, Chris. What would you like? Because
would like. I'll take that gift of a point of the Edmonton, please.
Okay, you went. You've gone all robot-y, mate, and I have no idea what you picked.
Everton.
Everton, cool. Thank you very much.
Everton,
cool. Still lacking a striker.
They are. I'd say Everton's picked up a bit.
I will go ball draw. Chris and I are just alternating between home wins and draws, whilst Darren picks all the away wins. Well, Chris, I think you might be about to change the record here. You've got Leeds against Brighton, mate.
Leeds not chilling. Brighton still well in for the European spot, so I'll take that away win, please.
And remember, it's not even a European spot; it's a Champions League spot. If that sixth place becomes Champions League, Brighton, Brentford could be looking for a Champions League spot, which is or Chelsea. I think Chelsea could realistically still get there, but maybe not. I am going to go boringly for a draw because, like you said, Leeds they're nice and safe. Daniel Farke's done a brilliant job. I think they were fortunate in the game against Spurs, but they still got a draw. So I think they're just going to keep chugging along, just relaxing. And Darren gets his first home win, or his first result that's not an away win. Right, Wolves Fulham. It's my turn to steal an away win. I think Fulham will win. Wolves already looking for next season. Not doing bad, but their team is going to get decimated because they've actually got quite a lot of pretty good Premier League proven players. It's just been a really bad season.
You say that considering where they are.
Yeah, but mate, their team will be pulled apart because the players are good. It's just not worked collectively. Darren's second choice, or yeah, he went for Fulham, and then he went for Wolves. So he fancies Wolves over the draw, which means Chris, you get the draw.
Thanks. I think Fulham will win this, mate.
I agree, which also keeps them in contention, right? For they're
Yeah,
11th at the minute.
they're sort of hanging on.
I mean, yeah, they could. They if Brighton lose, they Bournemouth are 6th at the minute though, with 55. No,
Yeah.
Fulham can only get 7th. They cannot
If
get
Bournemouth get
Bournemouth.
Champions League football, does Iraola go, I don't want to go
N-
now?
he still goes. He still
Okay,
goes, but if he takes Bournemouth to the Champions League, does he get a better team? 2 seconds.
sure.
Sorry, children
Start,
shouting.
mate.
Um, yeah, Bournemouth, as we'll discuss soon, if he takes Bournemouth to the Champions League, whereas he might have been
Yeah.
looking for, this is going to sound really disrespectful, and it's not meant to, and these are totally, they're not rumours, they're not anything, but let's say he was looking for a Newcastle sort of job, an Everton, well, Everton maybe it's slightly not, but the Newcastle or a Tottenham, a Chelsea, maybe they're the sort of jobs he was looking at. A Villa if Unai Emery leaves, if he gets a Bournemouth into the Champions League, does a Liverpool job become available then? Does a Man United job become available?
Would
Does
you
an
take him at
Arsenal job?
Liverpool?
Seems difficult to say no. Like I don't
Yeah,
think
okay.
he probably isn't. He doesn't have that sex appeal, right? You know, the Liverpool fans they want a Xavi Alonso because of the poetry about it. We like that kind of sex appeal, which maybe Iraola doesn't, and he has got a bit of baggage with falling out with the board, etc. But he plays very much like old school
Who's
Klopp
this,
did.
Alonso?
No, Iraola.
Iraola?
You know, he has that
Yeah.
old school Klopp, that gegenpress, that energy throughout a whole
Good
game.
football,
It is. It's good fun
which you think
football,
would
and
translate well into a better team.
well, and Liverpool loved that. That's why we loved Klopp because of that explosive attacking heavy metal football. Don't get me wrong, Klopp had to tone it down a bit, and Iraola would have to tone it down a bit because you can't do it every single game. But it's I don't think the transition from a Klopp team to an Iraola team is that far apart, but maybe from a slot
No,
team to Iraola is
not
quite
team.
far.
Yeah.
So, would I take him? I'd be really happy with him, but he's not my number one. But
Slot staying
neither
anyway,
Slot
mate.
was. Yeah, but Slot wasn't my number one, and he won the title. So, you know, what do I know? Anyway, moving forward to Newcastle versus West Ham. Darren has gone for a Newcastle win. Now, Darren has switched from all of the away wins to all of the home wins,
But all their home wins, yeah. Just notice that.
which, if that happens, does that put
Depending
West
on what
Ham in
happens with Chelsea
relegation?
Spurs.
Well, I know it's not
You
official,
think
but
so, wouldn't
it
you?
would. Let's assume they both lose. It's still 2 points going into the last game of the season, which you
Yeah.
probably wouldn't want. Um, West Ham have got Leeds, Tottenham have got Everton, so Tottenham need to get this done this weekend because the last
Yes.
game, West Ham have an easier last game than Everton. So, but at least, but Tottenham have got a better goal difference, so Tottenham just need to not lose.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's a huge go. It's a huge difference as well.
What do you think's going to happen, Chris? Here, are West Ham going to
I fancy
creep
West Ham,
forward?
Newcastle are really unreliable.
Uh,
So I'll take the away win.
they did look good. Who did they play? Forest. I actually thought they did look alright. Forest were really good, but
They
there
look
seemed
alright,
so
but
many
it
opportunities
can't.
for Newcastle to do something. They just weren't clinical enough. And
Yeah.
Newcastle are not playing Gordon. Some very interesting comments coming out from Eddie Howe. about
Yes.
that part of the reason he wasn't playing was looking to the future, which sounds like you're not going to be here
He's out
next
of
year.
there.
Obviously
Yeah,
with
I
Bayern
think
Munich
so.
involved, which is weird in itself because it's going to be a very expensive backup player to Elise, Kane, and Diaz. I don't know why Bayern
Yeah, it's
Munich.
weird.
Yeah, but why would you change that front three? Like Gordon could play anywhere on that front three, which is great, but I don't know why you'd change anyone in that front three, and I don't know why you'd spend. Newcastle want upwards of £70 million for it, for Gordon, and that's a lot
Yeah.
for a player that will mostly be on the bench, and obviously he's going to have his salary as well, which will be significant. Whereas, and I question it for Gordon as well. You know, not wanting to start the rumours of him to Liverpool again, but when you see teams like Liverpool and Arsenal are crying out for a left winger, is there going to
We'll
be
see,
interest
mate.
from one of those to go for him? Yeah, we will see.
I think he's more likely going to go to an English Premier League team than Bayern or Barcelona, but
I think it's better for his career if he goes to a Premier League team, or to a
sometimes
team that he
it's
will start. He needs to play
yeah,
for a team where he's going to play, not be a bench warmer,
yeah,
not be a rotation, not be a squad player. Go and be the left winger, the second striker, whatever his role is. Go and be the guy.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Maybe the easiest one of the week. Chris, would you like Arsenal or would you like
Hmm.
Burnley? And it's
I
worth
don't
pointing out,
know.
Man City have a midweek game this week. And depending on how that goes, they could be how far?
5 points?
So it's 5 points at
No,
the minute. It could be as little as two. It
2.
could be
Yeah,
four, or it could stay as five. If it's
yes.
five or four,
If it's 5,
if
it's
it's
got to.
five or
Yeah,
four, if Man City don't win and Arsenal win this game, Arsenal are champions.
yes.
It's that simple.
That's simple. But I'll fancy Arsenal to beat Burnley. Thank you very much. Might as well
Imagine
just
my surprise.
put an A in the other one, so you'll be fine.
It's worth noting the last game was a tough watch for Arsenal. They weren't brilliant, but they got the job done.
We did.
Right, bear with me. Right. I'm gonna draw. Like it's just I've got so many draws, but I'm not going Burnley. I'm not doing it.
Send in the draws.
Yeah, I'm just not going Burnley. Sorry, Burnley. Your season's done and dusted. You're prepping for the championship. I I feel like they won't be as decimated as what
No,
Wolves will be, because a lot
no.
of them were championship players anyway, right? It'll be
Yes,
interesting to
spend
see
too
who
heavily.
comes in to replace them because the two names linked are Bellamy and Gerrard, right? And
Yep.
so maybe that's where the changes go. You know, one of the manager decides, I don't want this player. Let's go and sign whoever. But if you can keep this group together, you're probably going to be okay in the championship next year. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'll
should
say.
be challenging based on that squad, but we'll see.
Agreed. Right, Bournemouth against Man City. Now this is a tough game because the again, Man City must win this game. Now there is a world where
Hmm.
if they win tomorrow, whenever they play Palace, if they win that game, yeah, tomorrow, if they beat Palace, it's 2 points. They don't need to win this game. They can draw
No.
it and be 3 points behind. They can if they win, they go three. Yeah, they can draw it and be 3 points behind.
Yeah.
Can they? No, they have to win. They have to win, don't they? Because if they win
You'll
Palace,
make me get the Premier League
they go
table up now,
two
ain't you?
points. No, no. Right, it'll be 3 points going to the last week. That's what it'll be. It'll be 3 points to the last game, right? So essentially, Man City have to win this, but that puts an awful amount of pressure on them, and that means that they'll push forward, which means they're going to be vulnerable on the counter attack. And if they're vulnerable on the counter attack, That suits Bournemouth quite nicely.
It does. That it
Are
does.
they going to have enough? I want to go for something that's not a Man City win here. Can Bournemouth win, or will it be a draw?
Choices.
I'm going Bournemouth. Bournemouth are fighting for this sixth place. And Bournemouth
Okay.
just... Bournemouth, if I remember correctly, did Bournemouth do the double over Man City last year? I think they did.
Don't know.
I'm going Bournemouth. I'm going brave. I'm not going to win this year. So I might as well go wild. Just try and get some points.
Just spend it, mate. Just spend it.
Darren...
I'm guessing it's going to have Man City.
He doesn't. Darren went the same as me. Darren's first choice here was a home win, and his second option was a draw. Now, I wonder if that's a mistake, but I don't care because...
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And I'm going to
guys.
show the camera. Look, that is not coming into focus. But they both say home draw. Spoiler alert, the next game he said home and draw as well. But Darren's picking a draw, which I feel like is giving Chris the potentially the easy point here.
Yeah, I'll take that. 3 points. I think Semenyo will want to show his team. His Bournemouth club.
He might want to show whatever he wants, but Bournemouth aren't going to let him. That's insane. I can't believe that Daz had the same view as me there. Nice. Right, and then finally then, Spurs-Chelsea. What a game this is. Because, again, Chelsea are awful. Let's get this out of the way. Chelsea are awful, and Liverpool made them look good. They were on a 6-loss streak, which was ended at Anfield because Chelsea were better than Liverpool and got a draw.
Yep.
So that is super. Versus Spurs, who, again, they need to win. A win, depending on this result, which they'll already know, obviously, either piles on the pressure here.
Game over.
Imagine West Ham lose. Spurs know they just need to not lose. So Spurs' mentality...
I mean, they could draw and get away with it, to be fair.
As long as West Ham lose. If West Ham get anything from this, they can't risk it. They have to win.
No.
So this could be a massive game in the fight for relegation and the fight for Europe. Chelsea, I think, can still get it, can they? 49. They're 6 points behind Bournemouth with 6 available. So they'd have to hope that Bournemouth lose and they win both of theirs, etc. I agree. I'm not entirely convinced Chelsea will finish top half. I think there's worlds here. Because the thing is,
on a slippery slope.
They're 9th at the minute on 49. 13th is on 46. There's one win. There's 3 points between 9 and 13th. And the teams in between are Everton, Fulham, Sunderland, Newcastle. You can see them all picking up points, right? So especially
this was a team at one point that was in the slightest of title shouts.
Mate, it was December or January where they were a few points off, like 5 points off of first or something. Mental. Insane. Right, Darren goes first, and Darren, as I said earlier, he picked home/draw for this one. So Darren is going Chelsea. Sense. Chris, what would you like?
I want the draw, please, because I still want Spurs to go down.
I'm so happy you've picked that. I was literally going, not Spurs, not Spurs, not Spurs.
Spurs that never win at Chelsea, yeah?
It doesn't matter. De Zerbi's in charge. Chelsea are absolutely awful. Again, ignore the Liverpool game. Chelsea look like one of the worst teams in the Premier League at the minute. And that says a lot because Wolves and Burnley are still there, and Spurs. So, sorry, fans. I will happily take the Spurs win. I'm still flying a Spurs flag. I want them to stay in the Premier League. This win could guarantee it, or it could make it a bit more comfortable. Essentially, if they're 3 points clear of West Ham, they're probably okay because of goal difference. It's something like +9 to -20. So
There's 11 in it. I remember
yeah,
seeing that.
so I'm pretty confident that Spurs aren't going to concede 5 or 6, and West Ham are going to win by 5 and 6.
Mhm.
So yeah, it should be. I don't think it'd quite need to be like that, would it? But no, it would. It would need to be something like that. So there we go. Chris, who is your guarantee
Nice and
here?
easy, this one. Arsenal.
I'm going to go Fulham. So there we go. Premier League predictions completed. If you like the video, you like it, subscribe, do all those wonderful things, and look out for news about the World Cup and next
Yeah,
season.
boy.
Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.